Okay, so Tesla just released full self-driving beta trial for a month to all Tesla users. So this is literally the first time I'm about to use it. I'm currently at Highland Village Elementary. I have it routed to Old Town. There's going to be some exits and corners and stuff that I want to try out. I'll try making a couple videos over the month, but this is just blindly. I've watched a lot of videos, but I kind of don't have the experience myself. And so what's really cool is they've already kind of had this vision graphics system set up on the screen, but it's even more bulky for full self-driving. So this is, I've already had a couple friends that are like, let me ride, take a ride, whatever. But yeah, so first test. I'm in drive right now, and we'll see how this goes. Apparently it's just a pull down on the stock, and it's going. All right. So yeah, hands are completely off the steering wheel. I'm letting it do its thing. It's still going 4 miles an hour in the school parking lot. So I'm gonna tap the accelerator. Just to get it to figure out the roads. Rather have it overly cautious than over aggressive. Oh, see, already freaking out a little bit. There we go. So it's trying to find its way out of this parking lot, which it says do not enter, and yet it's entering. This is wild though. Okay, so it's checking, notices everything's good to go. It's turning, everything's good. This is honestly the weirdest thing ever. Okay, sees the stop sign, stopping, sees all the other cars on the screen. What's funny is they call it full self-driving, yet then they add in a parentheses supervised full self-driving, so might as well call it supervised self-driving. But this is nuts. Sitting in the car, so it's about to turn 35. And I've used autopilot a lot. Autopilot has its moments, and of course you have to apply steering wheel force just to show you're paying attention. Also there's a camera up here that tracks your vision, and so everything is kind of monitored. Okay, but overall this is doing a lot better than what even the single lane autopilot does. Okay, there's the Nissan. Cool. Took that. All right. A lot of people have been talking about curb rash and all that, so I'm gonna watch the close corners. But overall, that was good. What you would want it to do. And of course, I got my GoPro app on my phone, so it's down there. And I have it to set to 4 miles an hour over the speed limit. And so it'll automatically adjust to that relative speed. So right now it should be aiming for 39, but it's safely going for 37. It's changing lanes for me. Getting ready to get on the access road. This is crazy. Like, autopilot has never been this good at like just being intelligent. It knows how to lane keep assist, like with the lane, it knows how to auto follow, but seeing it turn with turn signal and all that and feel it's weird. It's driving similar to a cautious human. So this person's being overly cautious. They should be going. I would be going. All right, so we're going near lane. Turn on the turn signal to turn. What the heck? Okay. Speed limit's 55, it's going 51 right now. Also, radio station I'm listening to is 88.1. It used to be UNT's jazz radio station, and now they changed the format over to indie. And it's pretty good selection of music. It's not just all the current alternative music, it's a mix of like a lot of oldies, quote unquote. But yeah, it's pretty good selection of music. Okay. Probably saw I was looking off of the road. See how we're getting on to literally just get off. There's a Mazda back there, but it's still 10 cars lengths behind. Alright, we're getting up to 76, max 77. Choosing right fork to stay on route. Okay, so it's about to take the exit. Awesome. It's one of those weird things where it's like, I feel like I'm paying more attention and more stressing because it's like something else is driving this thing and it's still going 77. I disengaged because that guy was not paying attention. Alright. Re-enabled. That was a little sketchy going that fast off the exit, but that guy should have been paying attention. Oh, and somebody's getting pulled over up there, but we're about to take this exit. Okay, it's decelerating. What's fun about this car too is that it's, I mean, the power, everything is at the wheels, and so you can do whatever you want. As far as acceleration, deceleration, and of course I've watched a lot of Formula One, so I'm used to, and grown up doing a lot of race simulators and whatnot, so I'm kind of used to it. So it's checking to get on. It's accelerating because it sees this other Tesla. But yeah, plenty of room to get on. Accelerated all up to 50, and I should be 40. So it should be aiming for 44, but it's at 48. Granted, this is how I drive sometimes, but it's just like, this is the future that we're quickly heading to. I was taking a AI course for professional learning, and the amount of AI that's coming down the pipeline is pretty incredible. A lot of it is dumb, but they're starting to get smarter. Okay, so I got a green arrow up here, but it's cautiously coming up. Let's see if it actually recognizes the green arrow. Recognize the green arrow, nice. It likes to accelerate. Alright, 42, 43. And I just set it to that Wayne Ferguson Plaza, so it's gonna cancel out. But yeah, so far for a trial run, this is the version 12 of full self-driving. So I've been watching ever since they started releasing the beta to the public, and it was a mess, but everybody's been talking about how the 12's been doing a lot better with decision making. And yeah, this is definitely like getting closer and closer to ready for public. I mean, they're still questionable, as you saw through this video, but yeah, this is crazy. Okay, so yeah, it needs to get over to left lane. It is. I don't know if it's gonna be, okay, cool, sweet. All right, I'll go ahead and cancel this. All right, so that was part one. Part two, I decided I'm just going to keep on doing videos. We're going to go to Lamar Middle School. This will take us through the crazy construction of Lewisville. And then I might change up the route just to see it try a little harder. And then yeah, I'll go from Lamar over to Highland Village and hopefully hit some more stop signs and wonky corners and whatnot. But I'll let for all this traffic to pass by and then we'll roll out. All right, so I'm in drive and now I'm gonna click it to go. Okay, so speed limit's 25. This is a fun little S curve that I love to race through whenever I'm heading over from Colony Hebron area back to work. I work at the admin building for Lewisville. And let me, once this is up, it's putting on a turn signal, doesn't actually have to. I'm gonna put the nav back on. So this is where it's sketchy up here because it's construction and I'm interested to see how it handles it because it's kind of abrupt. So I might have to take over, but we're gonna see how this all turns out. See, I normally would take over to the left lane just to start passing people because I'm going 37 right now and I don't necessarily need to be, but I'm just gonna let it drive. So it should start slowing down for stop traffic up here. Nice. This is where, so basically, I don't know if you can see up ahead, but yep, it's gonna be a super sharp left turn, so I might have to take over. See, I don't know why it's, okay, it did turn off its turn signal. I'm gonna put my hands on it, but not necessarily correct. All right, it is moving. So yeah, some wonky turn signal, but other than that, I was comfortable with that. This is another fun traffic zone whenever you're traveling through Lewisville. Let's see if it gets over. Yep, it's getting over. They're letting me over, thankfully. It's funny because it's like, I am the driver, but I'm not the one driving. I'm trying to let the car do all the decision making. Because it knows that it needs to turn up here, so it went ahead and got in the right lane. I always forget if you can actually get in that turn lane or not. Yeah, you can. Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna take over. I don't want to do that. Now you can get over. Oh, there's a collision there. That's lovely. Ooh, autopilot, what happened? Okay, it already went away. But yeah, I forgot the specific stats, but essentially autopilot is, or so far Tesla's autopilot has been safer amongst crashes and all that good stuff as far as the stats for human crashes versus Tesla autopilot. So this is the latest rendition of full self-driving. So it's slowing down, getting the left lane, getting the left lane, it's not getting the left lane. Incorrect lane for turn. Okay, it knew that it was its turn. Granted, LA, San Francisco, way more traveled underneath full self-driving environments. Lewisville, I'm sure, is not that. Now this is wonky for it. It should have went over, but that's all. That's why lane paint and all that good stuff is kind of a factor into how the driving experience is. Now there's a bunch of Teslas around in the area. I don't know how many that are using autopilot and full self-driving. As far as to the unaware people that haven't necessarily known the information, Tesla uses both the driving data and the autopilot data to kind of figure out the roads, and it maps it into this map. One of the latest updates actually added stop signs and traffic lights to the map, so you actually know, okay, this is a traffic sign, and so full self-driving knows I need to make a decision between the different roads in the intersection versus a traffic light. You're waiting for the traffic light to turn green and then you can go. So you're essentially totally retraining this thing. Yeah, so it's waiting for that scooter on my left. Okay, it needs to go and it's not, so I'm changing it. Basically a scooter, you couldn't see it on the left, but he was zooming in and stopping real late, and so Tesla was being overly cautious and making sure it doesn't collide with anyone. That was something I actually had just seen in another video where a truck didn't stop, and so it just sat there waiting for the person to stop fully. So that's so far one of the biggest mistakes, I guess, but cautious for humans is good. So it's still green. I want to make sure we actually get through the light. And there's 5 levels to full self-driving, and this is still considered level 2, I think, because it's supervised. Ultimately the end goal is to get to level 5, which means the car can drive itself, needs no supervision, will always work no matter what. And they are, so it's slowing down for stop sign up here. That's the ultimate goal. In their economy car that is yet to be developed, that has always been dubbed the $25,000 car, that one, like whenever he initially started designing that car, he wanted it to have no steering wheel and no pedals, and it's kind of like, well, we're nowhere near that technology yet. So that car is going to be coming out. I believe they're going to be developing it in or manufacturing it in Austin, and then once Giga Mexico gets built and implemented, so it's being cautious for them. Once Mexico gets built, then they'll start to really ramp up that economy car over there. Now it's still going 19. So there's the Toyota. Oh, we're good. I guess it's going. Alright, so I'm going to autopilot setting. I'm going to change it to assertive just to see how much more aggressive it drives, because so far it has been a little bit too safe. And so I want to see how aggressive it can get. Should have put a student driver sticker on the back of my car just for this thing. Yeah, I don't know, like, as of now, this is awesome, but I don't know if it's necessarily more relaxing, because there's so many little things that could go wrong at little intimate moments. There is a section over, I forgot what, I think it's Freeport, or it's over near Coppell, But that road I want to double check because autopilot never works on it because it's such a sharp turn coming back to work. But yeah, so far it's making really intelligent moves. It's just, I don't know, it's a cool party trick so far. It's not one of those scenarios where I feel like I could just like fall asleep and trust it to do its thing. Maybe in a few more years, once everything's more developed, it'll be spot on, relaxing. But outside of that, I'm like, I don't know. So it's going 25. And it's actually supposed to pull into, nice, cool. I want to see if it recognizes these parking, because I saw in another video somebody like was able to park the car, but I don't know necessarily if the beta includes it or if that was some feature that they had or what. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off. I just don't know if it'll actually, yeah, that might be a special feature that I don't have, but essentially parking spots would show up and then you could just hit start to park and it would work. All right, so we're gonna pull back into our first stop. All right, that sounds good. All right, so part 3, we're going back to Highland Village Elementary, where we all started. It's just basically a few more stop sign tests, plus this intersection. I personally hate it. I always have. It's just weird and wonky with the median in the middle of the road. But yeah, we're gonna go back home basically. All right, also I'm in the left lane now versus the right lane. So technically it needs to get over. The speed limit is apparently 10 through here. I know if you were waiting in line at after school to pick up your kid, that would probably be terrible. Okay, so it's double checking. One thing too with cameras, it has, I think 3 up in the front, 2 or 3. It has 2, fly steering wheel, of course. It has 2 on the pillars looking forward on the wide angle. It has 2 on the door looking reverse for blind spot that you're seeing on all the turns. And then it has 1 in the trunk to see behind. And so it just uses all that data to view its environment. And so instead of a human being having 2 eyes, then it's basically using up all 8 of its cameras. So yeah, I guess 2 cameras in the front. So all 8 cameras to map out how this all goes. And this is interesting. This is construction coming up. Ooh, this is interesting. That's a pothole. Okay, how does it yield to oncoming traffic? There's nobody else to test this theory, but this is a construction zone, so it's probably a good thing I didn't have to test it with people around, because that would have been interesting. But yeah, it's just, I haven't been paying attention to this whole drive, but it does see basically people in the yard and all that kind of stuff. It's yielding. Oh, it even yielded 2 essentially if that guy needed to walk over. All right, so stop sign, 4-way. Okay, checked, everything's good. It's funny how different intersections work, because some of them are really aggressive. It knows its spot in line, all that good stuff, but then like if it's wide open, then it kind of like figures out, all right, what's the situation? And it's like, there's nobody in the intersection. So it needs to be getting over in the left lane. That's what I'd be doing already. I would already be in the left lane for sure. Now it's getting over. All right, let's see how this goes. 3 cars coming left, 1 truck, 1 car coming from the right. So it's noticing that it's waiting for the truck. Nobody now? We're good? Cool. See, I would already cut into that lane. I wouldn't even care. Alright, so it does need to get over though, so I don't know why it's taking its sweet old time. Cool. Yeah, 1 lane splitting into 2. Yep, there you go. Stay to the right. Okay, kind of busy intersection. It's very easy to turn right though. Much trickier to turn left. We gotta wait for the Civic to even go before we can do anything. Looks to be clear left still. Okay, clear left. Still clear left. We're good. Alright, so it does like to float towards the... Yeah, now it's getting over. It's always going to that near lane, which is technically what you're supposed to do. Oh, it's even slowing down for the train tracks. That's nice. I like that. Luxury. Right, so yeah, and then getting over in the left lane. So I guess good news is that it's being overly cautious in the rule set of driving. But sometimes it is a little wonky with like little things that we know as humans and can be a little bit more aggressive and decisive, but it's a little indecisive. But yeah, these are all roads that I've driven all the time. This is something I activate with autopilot all the time. It sometimes gets like caught up on that parking sign, and so it'll slow down because it sees caution cones. And then this part's always fun with the S's. That's what they call it in Formula One, with the little S curve. But yeah, it's handling all of it really well with turning. I'm sure you've seen throughout the video, I don't really touch the wheel unless it's a little sketchy. And yeah, autopilot's never had any issue with those parked cars because there's a line there. This will be interesting with this car door. It's just gonna, okay, swerve around it a little bit. I still am not a fan of people on golf carts. We used to get yelled at whenever we rode dirt bikes around by the police. So, all right, so yeah, it needs to make a right turn. And another right turn. It asked me to nag the wheel as I'm literally getting into the final destination. So yeah, cool. That's a full self-driving test for you. I hope y'all enjoy, I guess. And yeah, text me if you want to catch a ride and have some free time. And we can definitely ride around on this little fun roller coaster. See ya.